everyone, this is Addie Shaney and you're watching the latest episode of Atherton on Air. Here's what's trending. This year has been super weird and difficult for all of us, but the good news is that it's coming to an end. I don't think anyone will be sorry to see it go. And as we approach the end of the year, we also enter the holiday season, a time when we can take our minds off all of our stress and reflect, even if only for a moment, on all of our favorite holiday memories and traditions. With the help of some Atherton students and staff members, Atherton on Air correspondent Kaden Mulrooney and Mary Spagnola are here to help us remember.
Hello everyone. So I wanted to share my favorite holiday memories, and of course when I was a kid getting a Huffy bicycle for the first time, or robotics, which were these mechanical Legos that were brand new back in the 80s. And of course, nowadays, Christmas mornings with my own family. However, my favorite holiday tradition is the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer holiday wreath. So this wreath began when my mother gave me a dozen Rudolph ornaments. And ever since then, I've been collecting these ornaments over the past 20 years. I really enjoy displaying them every December, and then taking them from and putting them back in their original packaging as part of my holiday tradition.
Hi, my name is Mrs. Gimble, and I have a holiday tradition that really lasts all year long, for years and years and years. When I travel places, I like to collect an ornament from the place I'm visiting, and then I hang it here on my Christmas tree for the holidays. And I'd like to share with you all some of my favorites. First off, I have this pressed glass ornament from Jamestown. I have this beautiful fleur-de-lis from New Orleans. I have this handsome sparkling little kiwi bird from New Zealand, and this wooden crucifix from Assisi. I have this scary mask from Portugal, and this handsome little Pinocchio from Italy. I have a hummingbird from Costa Rica right next to my wooden cuckoo clock from Austria. Moving on around, I have this dragonfly from Fort Collins. I have this little fishing boat from the Outer Banks in North Carolina. I have this beautiful bell from Bavaria in Germany, right next to my Eiffel Tower from Paris, of course. I have a wooden cutout elk from Estes Park, and 2 slices of aspen glued together to make a snowman from Vail. I have this lovely little terracotta house from Gokayama, Japan, right next to my stink eye from Greece. I have a beautiful cannon from Yorktown, next to my kangaroo from Australia. I have these 2 beautiful dolls from Japan, and I have this handsome nutcracker from Switzerland. I hope you enjoyed your little tour around my Christmas tree. They bring back lots of fond destination memories. Have safe and happy holidays. Thanks for watching.
Hi, I'm Kayla Buddy, and I'm a junior. So basically, one tradition that me and my family have always had is ever since I was little. I was born in September, so 3 months later when it was Christmas, my dad had bought my mother a camcorder, like an old junky one from 2002, and now every Christmas we record our all of us opening gifts and everything on this junky old camcorder that still has tapes that no one can watch or really listen to anymore. We can only watch it on the tiny little screen on the camcorder, and hopefully one day we can get it turned into a CD. But yeah, that's my tradition.
My favorite holiday tradition is getting down the Christmas decorations. I really like putting the ornaments on the tree with my mom, and then putting up the Halloween decorations is always fun because you have to smash the pumpkins in the driveway, and that's a good time. So yeah, I don't know, it's always just nice to put the decorations up so you feel like the season's really starting, and I don't know, it's always fun.
One of my favorite holiday traditions is reading the Polar Express on Christmas Eve. We're a Christian family, so we'll read from the Bible, but we raised our kids with the idea that Santa Claus is the greatest Christian ever because every time he gives a gift, he gives it in remembrance of the greatest gift ever given, which is Christ's love. So a story about Santa Claus giving presents was very near and dear to me. Even as adults, my kids come over on Christmas Eve, and I still sit down with them and my granddaughter, and I read Polar Express. I'm the emotional one in the family. I always cry when I read Polar Express. It's just a very fond, touching memory for me for Christmas. Happy holidays.
I spent most of my childhood in Connecticut, and we had different traditions than we do here in Louisville. Our focus was really spending a lot of time outside. One of the things I got every year was a new pair of ice skates. As a family, we would ice skate on the local lakes when they froze over.
I was the only non-Japanese person in my town. And for my friend group that I created, I decided to do Thanksgiving dinner, an American-style Thanksgiving dinner. And I bought a turkey in Sendai City, which is about 3 hours away, and had people bring different kinds of things. And we had Japanese food, and we had a turkey, and we had like corn and mashed potatoes somebody made. And it was kind of a fun get-together for Thanksgiving that we ended up doing at my house.
One of my favorite holiday traditions to do with my family is just to watch all the cheesy Christmas movies. We usually watch Polar Express and Elf, and I know those are the ones that are like really played out, but we always watch them, so I think that's like fun for us. And also on Christmas night, like after we open our presents, we'll usually go to the movie theater and just see like any movie that's out. And it's kind of sad that we don't get to do it this year because of COVID, but it's a fun memory for me.
Thanks, Kaden and Mary. That was great. We'll definitely have more holiday memories for you on next week's show, so be sure to tune in for that. Every month, an Atherton Academy teacher recognizes students who are excelling in their program. Here is Ms. Goodwin to tell us about her Student of the Month in the Allied Health Pathway.
I'd like to recognize Cami Wafumono as Student of the Month for the Allied Health Career Pathway. Cami is currently in her second year of the program. I had the privilege of having Cami as a student in my class last year, and just wanted to recognize her for being such a hardworking, kind student, and also for growing so much, even though we're in this virtual environment. Cami hopes to pursue a career either in dentistry or physical therapy in the future, and I just know she's going to do great things. So thank you for being such a great student, and congratulations.
Just a reminder that Atherton's clubs are still up and running during NTI. The Y Club meets every Wednesday, and members are currently making plans to participate in Kuna this spring. Students in the Y Club also recently competed in KYA, where they received several awards. We want to recognize junior Gavin Alphon for being named Outstanding Advocate at KYA. Also shout out to freshmen Aggie O'Brien and junior Ivan Hargesheimer for earning Outstanding Speaker awards. Juniors Laurel Payton, Whitman Barber, Elliot Gross, and Brian Schneider also performed well at KYA. They sponsored a bill to raise the minimum wage, and it passed. Also, great job by the Atherton field hockey team for wrapping up their season. Senior Courtney Odom has committed to playing field hockey for Wittenberg University. And seniors Grace Vinsel and Julia Burns made the Kentucky field hockey all-state team. During NTI, teachers are having to get very creative when assigning work. Many of them are asking their students to create projects and then video the work. Students in Ms. Suarez's Spanish 2 class recently had to research the Day of the Dead and create their very own ofrenda or altar for their family members. Let's take a listen to sophomore Anana Delaney describe about what she made.
So the other important component is the different levels of the altar. The top level is for who the altar is dedicated to. It's represented by pictures or statues. In mine, I have my great-grandparents, Ammon and Daddy, and my great-aunts and other great-grandma on my mom's side. On my dad's side, I have my great-grandma and my 2 great-uncles.
Thanks to Ms. Suarez for sharing that project with us. Another cool video project that Spanish students recently did required them to make a pan de muerto, also known as bread of the dead. This is a video of freshman Caroline Adams' very tasty project.
Pan de Muertos, or bread of the dead, is a sweet bread covered in sugar that is made for Dia de los Muertos. Traditionally, families will make 2 loaves, one to eat and one to put on an ofrenda as an offering to loved ones who have passed. Today, I will show you how to make pan de muertos. First, you want to gather all of your ingredients. Next, crack 4 eggs into a bowl and lightly beat them. Now you want to add in about 80 grams of margarine. After that, add a 1/4 cup of sugar and a teaspoon of salt to the same bowl. Mix this for about 2 minutes. Now slowly mix in 4 cups of flour, alternating with 1/4 cup of water. Each time you add in your flour and water, mix it well. Once you've added in all your flour and water, add in 2 tablespoons of yeast and mix it into the dough. Once your dough is smooth again, add in 80 grams of butter and work that into the dough. Now that your dough is smooth again, add in the zest from 2 oranges and mix that into the dough. Now add in 1/4 cup of sugar and work it into the dough. Add a teaspoon of orange essence and mix well. Now get your dough out of your bowl and put it on a lightly floured surface and knead it for about 2 minutes. Next, coat the inside of a bowl with butter and put your dough into the bowl, cover it, and let it rise for an hour. Now that your dough has almost doubled in size, separate it into 2 loaves and some extra for decorating. Take a small piece of dough and roll it into logs. When you roll it, spread out your fingers to make 4 small bumps on the log. Do the same thing with the next piece and lay them both diagonally across the loaf to make an X. Once you've done this, take your remaining dough and make 2 small balls. Put each ball in the middle of each loaf. Now take each of your loaves and put them in lightly greased pans, cover them and let them rise for 2 hours. Now that your dough has doubled in size again, uncover your loaves, lightly beat 1 egg with 1 tablespoon of water, and brush the mixture onto both loaves of bread. Now that you've brushed both loaves with the egg mixture, put them both in the oven for 17 to 20 minutes. Once they're done in the oven, take some melted butter and brush it onto the loaves, then sprinkle sugar on top. Now your pan de muerto is all done and ready to eat.
Teachers, if you would like to share some of your students' awesome work during NTI, please email Ms. MacArthur or Mr. Boros. Well, that's all the time we have for this week. Be sure to join in next time. You can follow us on Instagram at atherton.on.air. For Atherton On Air, I'm Addie Shaney, and remember, what you do makes a difference.